evening, ladies and gentlemen. The console room players are proud to present a new Doctor Who adventure for the radio, Galaxy 4, Airlock. Inside the real central chamber, Vicky screams, her eyes reacting in horror to what she sees. The Doctor turns to look and is also riveted by what she sees. In the middle of a door that they had not previously noticed is a window. Beyond the window, in a cloud of swirling ammonia, are two large, scaly eyes staring at them. The sound of an approaching Chumbly can be heard.
There's a Chumbly coming, quickly!
They both rush towards one of the passageways and pull to a halt as they see a Chumbly coming towards them. They turn and flee down another passageway. The noise of the Chumblies is loud in their ears.
Oh, Doctor!
Hurry, quick!
The Doctor and Vicky hurry along, the sound of pursuing Chumblies not far behind them.
This way!
Come on, Doctor!
Nearly there! Faster! We'll make it!
They reach the entrance. The Doctor emerges and turns back to Vicky. As she is about to exit, a heavy iron grill slams down in front of her. Vicky grips the bars frantically and looks out at the Doctor.
Oh, Doctor! Doctor!
Vicky turns as the Chumbly sounds grow louder. The Doctor runs over and examines the bars.
I can't move it. It's immovable. Wait, I have an idea.
She grasps the grill and tries desperately to push it up. Unable to move the bars, the Doctor looks around and sees the mechanism on the wall she examined before.
I might be able to sabotage them. Now be patient.
She moves across to the mechanism and takes out the screwdriver from her pocket. Vicky waits, grasping the bars while glancing anxiously behind her, expecting the Chumblies at any moment. The Doctor quickly examines the air converter unit.
We know what this machine's for. This is to convert air into ammonia gas.
Doctor, hurry up!
Yes, well, have patience, child. When I finish with this machine, I'm sure they'll release you.
She continues to work on the mechanism.
Never mind about that. Release the bars.
No. That's the last thing we do. This is the thing that gives the gas to breathe with.
You don't know that for certain.
My dear child, the rills can't go outside. It's a foregone conclusion.
Vicky turns once more and looks down the passageway. Chumblies move along the passageway and reach Vicky. The Doctor appears on the other side of the bars and looks in. The Chumblies motion just as they did when they first met.
Doctor, then I think they want me to go with them.
Well, I think you'd better do what they want,
But Doctor, that thing in there, that thing looking out of the window, what?
Yes, that was one of the rills, I suppose.
Doctor, I'm so scared.
Now look, you go with them quickly, but don't cause any trouble. Give me time to see if I can help you. I think perhaps I could do something to that machine, but I must have time. Yes.
All right. Please be quick.
Don't worry. Goodbye.
Vicky eyes the Chumbly nervously and moves towards it. The Chumbly backs away, leading Vicky down a passageway. Another Chumbly moves in behind her, and they nudge her back towards the central chamber. The Doctor moves away from the bars and resumes work on the air converter with her screwdriver. Back in the Draven spaceship, Stephen is still in the padded corner. He is lying down, apparently asleep.
Naga, shall we go?
Where?
To patrol.
I see no need.
To see what the other two are doing.
No.
But Naga,
Did you hear me?
we always go on patrol this time.
Yes, but not now.
The Dravens look uneasily at each other.
Soldier Dravens, you cannot understand anything that's different, can you? You are made unintelligent, and you remain that way for the rest of your lives.
Naga turns away, talking almost to herself.
I told them soldiers were no good for space work. All they can do is kill. But they wouldn't listen. If you are to conquer space, they said, you will need soldiers. So here I am confronted with danger and the only one available to think.
She turns back to the Draven.
Very well. I am your commanding officer. I am your controller, am I not?
Yes, Naga.
And you obey my orders.
Yes, Naga.
Why?
Because you are our leader.
And?
You think.
And you don't know what that means.
The Dravens are silent.
But because I think, I order that there will be no patrol now. We have a prisoner. In order to save him, the other two must help us.
I do not understand why they would want to help a friend.
I know you don't.
We would not. We would leave him here.
Yes, we would. But I have heard of creatures like these. They help one another.
Why, Naga?
I don't know. I have heard that on occasions they will even die for one another.
Die? For their friends?
There are many strange things in the universe.
I do not understand.
I know you don't, but despite that, you will obey orders.
The Dravens bow their heads submissively. After a pause, Naga speaks softly, almost to herself.
It may be that we shall kill neither the Rills nor these earth creatures. Not with our own hands, that is. It may be better for us to escape in the Rill spaceship and leave them here. And then, when we are out in space, we can look back. We will see a vast, white, exploding planet and know that they have died with it.
But we will not see them die.
You will not. But I, at least, have enough intelligence to imagine it. The fear, the horror, the shuddering of a planet in its last moments of life. And then they die. But that is for later.
She turns back to the Dravens and issues instructions to each of them.
Attention! You will guard the prisoner. You will go out and look for the earth creatures. Open the door.
As ordered, one Draven leaves the spaceship. Another Draven moves around the table, picking up her gun as she does so. She crosses to a chair near Stephen and sits down, the gun across her lap. Naga goes over and looks down at Stephen.
He sleeps.
But you will not. He must not move.
The Draven nods. Naga goes into the inner room. As she does so, Stephen opens his eyes slightly and squints up at the Draven who's staring straight ahead. In the Rill central chamber, a Chumbly backs in, followed by Vicky. She looks nervously at the place where she saw the watching eyes. The shutter on the door is closed. Another Chumbly comes out of the passageway. The two Chumblies chatter to themselves for a moment. Then, from one Chumbly facing Vicky, comes a high-pitched sound. Vicky stares ahead blankly. It stops, twitters at her once or twice more, then falls silent. The Chumbly behind Vicky nudges her. She puts up with this for a moment and then angrily reacts.
Stop doing that. What do you want anyway?
At once, a sound of vying sounds comes from the Chumbly. Then suddenly,
What do you want anyway? What do you want anyway? What do you want anyway?
What do you want anyway? What do you want anyway?
there's a chattering sound, then silence. Then from the Chumbly, as though it has now deciphered Vicky's words, comes intelligible speech.
We're sorry to separate you from your friends, but it was necessary.
Surprised, Vicky jumps at the shutter barring the rills from her slides open. A rill can be seen looking through at her. Vicky looks from the rill to the Chumbly.
Who are you?
Who are you?
We're time travelers from the planet Earth.
There's a pause as the rill studies her.
I see. You were sent here by the Dravens?
Yes.
To do us harm?
No. You see, the Dravens are keeping a friend of ours prisoner, so we had to do as they said.
What was that?
To capture your spaceship?
Why do they want to capture it? We have offered to take them with us.
They didn't tell us that.
Vicky moves slightly as she speaks. The other Chumbly bumps her back into place.
No, they would not. They would rather kill. They hate us.
Well, you did kill one of them.
We killed no one.
Vicky, who is still being pushed by the other Chumbly, is suddenly exasperated.
But look who is talking. Is it this Chumley or is it someone else?
You call the machines Chumleys?
Yes.
The Chumleys have a speaker in them. They are transmitting our thoughts.
Your thoughts?
We do not speak like you. We have no vocal cords. We communicate in thought.
Who are you?
We are the Rills.
Why can't I see you?
It is better that you do not. Not all dominant species in the universe look like humans. Our appearance might shock you as it shocked the Dravens.
Outside, the doctor has now removed some of the top plates from the air converter and is peering in. She is hard at work with her screwdriver. In the Rill chamber, Vicky looks thoughtfully between the Rill and the window and the Chumbly.
The Dravens said that you attacked them.
That is short of the truth. We were investigating outer space when we encountered a strange ship. Rills do not attack or kill without good reason, so we stopped our ship. Their ship also stopped. We hung in space facing each other. We could have turned and gone away, but we were afraid that we would be attacked.
Yes, well, what happened?
4 dawns we hung there. Then we decided to turn. As we were doing so, the Dravens fired. Immediately we did the same and both ships crashed. When we escaped from our ship, we discovered that we cannot breathe the atmosphere here. But we had a small supply of our own and set out to help the Dravens.
As the Rill speaks through the Chumbly, Vicky sees what happened as a flashback transmitted by the Rill appears on the Chumbly's dome. Glimpses of other Rills can be seen, but none clearly, as they are at the edge of the vision. As a Rill looks around, a Draven is seen lying face down on the ground.
The first one we found was badly injured. We started to help the soldier, then Naga, their leader, appeared. She started to shoot at us, so we left. We could have fought back. Our weapons are superior to theirs, but we do not kill. The Dravens do.
In the flashback, Naga aims her gun at the injured Draven and fires.
When we looked back, we saw Naga kill the injured soldier.
But all the Dravens believe that you did that.
We know. That's why they keep attacking us.
Would you really have taken these people off the planet with you?
Why not? What do we gain if they die? We will help you rescue your friend.
Vicky does not respond.
Something is worrying you?
Yes, I wish I could see the whole of you.
It's better that you don't. Besides, we cannot come out. In order to live, we must have ammonia gas. So we must remain in here, sealed in the compartment where the gas is filtered in.
You mean you can't breathe oxygen at all?
No, our home planet...
Vicky tries to leave, but the Chumbly blocks her path.
What is it?
You must let me go quickly, or you'll be killed.
Killed by whom?
The doctor. She's trying to wreck your machine for making ammonia gas.
Outside, the doctor is working feverishly at the air converter mechanism with her screwdriver, talking to herself. Back in the Draven spaceship, Stephen is still pretending to be asleep, but is squinting at the Draven that is guarding him, who is herself nodding off. Slowly, Stephen eases himself up into a sitting position. He slowly reaches toward the Draven's gun. With one swift movement, he snatches the gun, grasps a hand over the Draven's mouth, and keeps moving forward so that the Draven and the chair she's sitting on topple over backwards. Holding the gun, Stephen aims at the Draven. What he realizes that with the fall has knocked her unconscious. He pauses to listen, but all is silent. He flips a lever that opens the door. With a humming sound, the airlock door begins to slide open. At the same time, the door to Naga's compartment opens, and Naga stands there, gun in hand.
He's trying to escape.
Stephen leaps towards the outer door, but is closed. He turns back to see Naga, now joined by the Dravens, approaching. He points his gun at them.
Stop!
They halt. Naga steps forward.
Don't shoot. You can't escape. Give up, and we will not harm you.
I'd be a fool to believe that, wouldn't I?
Stephen glances to the side and sees 2 buttons on the wall. Still pointing his gun at the Dravens, he presses one button and the inner door slides shut, sealing him into the airlock. He presses the other button, and the outer door opens. He exits, looking warily about. As he starts to move off, he sees a Chumbly approaching. He stares at it, gun at the ready, then looks back at the spaceship. He makes his decision and heads back into the airlock. He presses the button to close the outer door, and as it closes behind him, the Chumbly moves in and waits. Stephen turns towards the inner door and through the porthole sees Naga standing there, a cruel smirk on her face. Outside the Rill Center, the doctor is reaching into the machine. With a grunt of pleasure, she brings out a small metal plate and drops it on the ground. Then she peers in again, picking up the screwdriver and holding it over the machine. She starts to cough.
Doctor, no!
The doctor turns in surprise.
Don't do it! Doctor! Doctor!
Oh, child!
The doctor, coughing, moves away from the machine. Vicky and the Chumbly come into view from the passageway as the doors slide up out of sight.
Oh, I thought I was going to be too late.
Are you sure you're all right, child?
Yes, and the rules won't harm us. They want to help.
We were told your friend is in danger.
The doctor steps back, surprised by the fact that the Chumbly can speak.
Is that a Rill talking?
Yes, we'll answer him.
Oh, yes, you were told correctly.
Doctor, they're not deaf.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I thought you couldn't hear.
We can hear you. Perhaps you'll both come inside.
Yes, it does occur to me that if we do that, we might be trapped.
Doctor, if the Rills wanted to harm us, the Chumley could shoot us now.
Well, yes, indeed. Of course, child. Yes, it's quite true, yes. Well, lead the way. Lead the way. As it happens, I'd like to take a good look around. Oh, what's this? What's this fellow doing,
The Chumbly turns and leads the way back. As they move, another Chumbly passes them, going in the opposite direction.
Going to repair the damage you've done.
Yes, quite so.
She nods to herself, looking apologetic, and grimaces at Vicky. They move down the passageway. Meanwhile, the other Chumbly reaches the air converter and starts to examine it.
Tell me, what do these Rills look like,
They won't show themselves, Doctor.
Oh, why ever not,
Because our appearance would not be pleasant to you.
Oh, what nonsense. We're not children, you know.
It is best you do not see us.
Oh, very well. Carry on. Oh, what utter rubbish, isn't it?
They follow the Chumbly into the Rill central chamber. The doctor looks around and taps the Chumbly with her stick.
Oh, yes, this drill rigging here. Tell me, what is it you're drilling for?
Power. We must have power for launching our spaceships. The suns are too weak to supply this power, therefore, by drilling we might find some in the ground.
Very well. If you take my advice, you'll get a move on. There's very little time left.
You know about the explosion of this planet?
Oh, yes, we know more than you. Your timing is wrong. The disintegration of this planet is not 14 dawns away. It's now less than 2 dawns.
2 dawns?
2 dawns.
Then we have no chance of survival.
But you've repaired your ship.
Yes, but the only power we find is a gas. That is of no use to us. We have no means of converting it into the solar power we need.
I think I might be able to supply you with the power you need, yes. I think I'll help you, since you're so willing to help us.
We would be deeply grateful.
You keep saying we. How many of you are there?
4.
That doesn't seem many for manning a spaceship.
We were 12. 8 of us died in the crash.
The doctor nods sympathetically and then is immediately businesslike.
First, I will need some metal cord cable.
We have some.
Splendid, splendid. I think I can put into effect the transference of power from my ship to this. Now, first of all, I must have a conversion. Now, is that possible?
We shall do all that you say. You are our only...
The Chumbly stops talking and starts chittering. There's a sound of machinery, as though from a control panel in the Rill's chamber.
What's that?
What's the matter,
We've just received a message from a machine.
Chumley?
It is by the Draven spaceship. It reports that a being, not Draven, came out of it.
Stephen.
It detected that he was a friend of yours, but before contact could be made, he went back in again.
He still thinks the Chumleys are dangerous. You see, Doctor, let me go and tell him.
That won't be necessary, my dear. He's quite capable of looking after himself. Now the cable, please, the cable.
In the Draven airlock, Stephen is looking out at the Chumbly. He looks up when Naga's voice comes from a loudspeaker near his head.
Do you hear me, Earthman?
Yes, I hear you.
Throw down your gun and we will set you free.
Stephen looks at his gun and grips it tighter.
Very well, but if you try to come through here, you may kill one of us, but we will surely kill you.
Stephen turns and looks through the outer door.
Yes, outside a Rill's machine waits to kill also.
All right. I'll stay here. I may be trapped, but you can't harm me.
You are in the airlock. On the wall are some dials. They are pressure gauges.
So?
We can empty the oxygen out of that section, and you will suffocate.
Stephen looks around and moves to touch the button that opens the outer door.
If you touch that, the door will open completely, leaving you at the mercy of the machine.
Naga signals to the Dravens. They move to the wall and grasp a wheel.
Ready.
Pressure?
Normal.
Temperature?
Normal.
Good. Empty the airlock.
The Dravens start to turn the wheel. Stephen looks at one of the dials. The needle is flickering and drops very slightly.
Yes, Earthman. The air is already leaving the airlock. You have 3 choices.
3?
Stay there and die, go outside and be killed by the machine, or surrender.
Stephen looks around desperately while the wheel on the dial drops even further. Over in the real central chamber, Vicky's helping the doctor with some cable.
Yes, good. Yes, I think that's enough. That should be all right. Now then, let me have your arm. That's splendid. Now follow me to the ship.
Our thanks.
There are more noises from the control panel.
What does that mean?
The Chumley has reported that your friend is still in the ship, but he's making noises that it cannot understand. It says they sound like cries of distress.
Doctor?
I must go at once.
You cannot help him alone. We'll send 2 more Chumley machines with you.
But what can they do?
Cut open the ship if necessary.
Another Chumbly enters the room, its light flashing furiously.
Doctor, come on.
Go quickly. The Chumley reports the sounds are weakening.
You stay here, child.
No, I'm coming with you.
The doctor is annoyed but has no time to argue. She turns to the Chumbly who's been speaking.
All right, come, then come. Come along. And you stay here until you've received a message. Come on, quickly.
The doctor and Vicky follow the other Chumblies through the passageway and outside. Together they hurry off in the direction of the Draven spaceship. As they approach, a Draven appears and aims her gun at them.
Halt or I fire. Do not move.
What is wrong?
Where are you going?
Back to your spaceship, of course.
The machines are our enemies. Why do you bring them too?
We're going to help you and Naga and the rest of them get to the real spaceship. We wish to save lives, not to destroy them.
Naga does not trust you. I do not trust you.
Listen, we have captured these machines. They don't want to kill you. They do anything we tell them now. Watch. Come. Forward. Stop. Go back. Stop.
The Chumblies do as Vicky commands.
You see?
The Draven turns and fires at one of the Chumblies. Vicky struggles with her and manages to get the gun.
Oh,
Madam,
oh,
listen to me.
kill me now. I have failed my duty.
Nonsense. Let us stop this thought of killing anyone. Now, madam, back to your spaceship. Back, please.
Go on. Hurry.
The Chumblies chitter away, sending a message back to the real center. In the airlock, Stephen is now much worse for wear. His mouth is wide open and gasping for air.
Why do you not give up, Earthman?
Rather face the Chumblies than you. Any day.
He stares in hatred at Naga through the porthole, fighting for breath. He almost drops his gun, but manages to retain it. He staggers against the wall and rests his forehead and palms against it. He tries to push the outer door button.
That will not work now. The pressure has locked the door. You must surrender or die.
The dial is now very low. It drops further. Stephen slides slowly down the wall. Will the Doctor and Vicky be able to save Stephen in time? Tune in for the exciting conclusion of the console room event, Time of the Doctor, as the console room players present episode 4, The Exploding Planet, during a live performance on July 31st at 6 p.m.